me explain what I did. Can I kick it? Hold on. Yeah, I got some rings and a range. Can I kick it? Yeah. Don't ask me a thing. How I got her, how I did it. Yeah. Spend the whole half, had a blast. Can I kick it? Even with a sprain. Pain, can I kick it? Just the flex, I went and bought a chain. Can I kick it? Things ain't been the same. Things have changed. Can I kick it? People acting different, so I ask. Can I?
Hey, could count on my power and look at my dogs from. It was way back then, could claim what you saw, but you weren't with us. The higher the climb, the harder the fall, but how did you get up? I done got rich, then went broke, then got rich again, just a little hiccup. I done been ballin' this pickup. Remember me being so bummy and being so hungry, I had to eat gristle. Ay, how did the lady go miss? Ay, her she was major, she mixed. Met her at one of the functions, we caught a little rhythm, she caught up a friend, they kissed and we dipped it, and that's how we kicked it.
Let me explain what I did. Can I kick it? Hold on. Yeah, I got some rings and a range. Can I kick it? Yeah. Don't ask me a thing. How I got her, how I did it. Yeah. Spend the whole half, had a blast. Can I kick it? Even with a sprain. Pain, can I kick it? Just the flex, I went and bought a chain. Can I kick it? Things ain't been the same. Things have changed. Can I kick it? People acting different, so I asked. Can I? Before I went live, they ain't know what I was. Ain't no one alive that could do what I does. Need a light here just to catch my buzz. Need Sprite here just to catch my cup. Now they don't really talk about us. Now they don't really talk about love. Honestly, they ain't never seen too much. What's love to a guy with a bag? What's heart to a guy with some cash? What's pain to a guy that's mad? Said. What's broke to a guy with a mask? What's broke to a guy with a plan? I just wanna kick it, that's all I ask. Like, let me explain what I did. Can I kick it? Hold on. Yeah, I got some rings and a range. Can I kick it? Yeah. Don't ask me a thing. How I got her, how I did it. Yeah. Spend the whole half, had a blast. Can I kick it? Even with a sprain. Pain, can I kick it? Just the flex, I went and bought a chain. Can I kick it? Things ain't been the same. Things have changed. Can I kick it? People acting different, so I ask. Can I?
On a wonderful fall afternoon in the state of Texas, the roof is open, and we've got football from NRG Stadium in Houston. The scene from a few moments ago, this crowd enthusiastically cheering on their Texans as they emerge from the locker room, and we're just about ready for football as the Texans get set to match up with the Indianapolis Colts. And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Washington, and he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down.
Pick up of 6, brings up 2nd and 4 at the 31-yard line.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Running it, Washington. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Here's Watson. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
Well, that'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
A first down throw for Brissett. He'll find Paris Campbell. That's complete. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis and also move the sticks. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. 1st and 10, Taylor now. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
No gain on the play.
Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
A 2nd down throw for Brissett. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the Tucker rule that they can fall back on anymore.
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Gary and Conley. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. That was just one of those interceptions from our perspective here. We got a good view at the 50-yard line mid-level that quarterback and receiver were not on the same page.
Just by his reaction, I'm talking about the quarterback, he expected something different from his receiver, whether he expected him to break in, out, deeper, shorter. They'll determine that on the sideline. But bottom line, you could see that he thought he'd be in a different spot, except the defender was not his intended target.
44-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, Watson. And he'll flip this out to Huntley. He had a great move, but he'll still be stopped shy of midfield. They get 6. That'll leave him with 3rd and 4.
It's a gain of
I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to him and forcing a 3rd down.
They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. Yeah, that will be incomplete.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
It'll go as just a 15-yard punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
38-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number one goal? Make the playoffs. Number two, win your division. Number three, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number one seed so you get that first round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
Here's a quick throw caught by Smith. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down. That's probably as simple of a throw as he'll have all game.
And good for everyone. Good for his completion percentage. Good for the receptions for the receivers. But you know how they work on that. They have footballs with no laces. So that as soon as you get the snap, you're just throwing the football. All right? You're not trying to find the laces and grip it a certain way. That takes time. Just get the ball and throw it. So that's how they practice it all the time now, too.
Brissett from the gun on third. That's complete to Jonathan Taylor out of the backfield. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis and also move the sticks.
And the Colts first down.
So the 14 yards actually takes him from 143 to the other for first and 10. Into the air once more. It's Brissett. Catch made here by Campbell.
Brissett's pass.
A gain of 6 there on first. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. They give to Taylor out of the gun. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
And it brings up 3rd down.
Out of the gun, Brissett. Escaping the pressure right. And that's caught by Smith. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards. 1st and goal from the 6. They'll run here with Taylor. And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line.
The ball carrier.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play, stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. They'll look to run with Taylor. And he takes it in for a Colts score. Jonathan Taylor with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Colts are going to take a first quarter lead. Able to punch it in on 3rd down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a 4th down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating what we have to make the call. They already had it lined up. Never even got to it.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
I don't want to seem absurd, but that boy's a gangster. Focusing on me, way from Tel Aviv. Barbados with the hustle, pockets LIDs. Distinctive destinations, all I want to see. Oceanfront residences, 3 different.
Trying to They get one more in here before the quarter breaks. They'll start the drive with Washington. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Hey, 24. I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 15 yards on the play, first down.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice game.
And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
DeAndre Washington, the ball.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. From the 50, it's Watson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. From the gun, here's Watson. And he'll find Washington. That's complete. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 31-yard line. That good for 19 yards as they pick up the conversion on 3rd. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They run with Washington. There to stop him was Darius Leonard.
Yeah, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
From the 29, Watson. This is caught. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Will Fuller, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Texans are an extra point away from tying this football game. And it's no good. He misses the extra point, and this remains a 7-6 game.
Adam Vinatieri set to kick off.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Brissett. On the right side, it's Hilton with a catch. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
2nd and 7.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
And he'll go down right around the 47 this time.
The tackle made.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
Brissett on first down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 27. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
On the keeper.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
At the
2nd and 7. From the gun, here's Brissett. He's got Burton here. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. His first catch, good for 14 there and a first down.
Indianapolis.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target, and he didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius, understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball, and puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8.
Ball carrier.
Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line.
It's a gain of a yard.
Brissett sets to throw it. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. The ball mere inches from the white line on 3rd and goal. That's out to the left and complete. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Paris Campbell, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Colts are able to grow their lead. And it's up. It's good. Our score, 14-6.
Colts, 14. Texans.
Sanchez now. He'll kick it away following the touchdown. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
27-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They go with Washington to begin the drive. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
On 2nd down now, it's Washington. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
2 yards. It's 3rd and 9.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
They'll take over.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's Brissett. Campbell making the catch. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Brissett. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Brissett. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Trey Burton, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Colts add on to their lead.
And that's certainly an important score right there, because they gave themselves a 2-score cushion heading towards halftime. Now you got to force the other team out of their comfort zone, and it changes the way you approach the second half as well. How you want to do things on offense, and your defense feels much better too, having that lead.
That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
24-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. First half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously that the intelligent approach, go ahead and run out the clock and start over. Don't make any more mistakes. But there's also something to understanding that you got this last drive here. You get the ball to start the second half. Try and go 2 for 1 here. Get some points now and come out of the locker room and get more points again and get your momentum really built up.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Watson now to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored 1, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Watson. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Anthony Walker gets him for a loss of 5. He is so tough to handle on the blitz, and that's Exhibit A. Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans. So we come to halftime here with the visiting Colts taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Adam Vinatieri set to kick off.
Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Ball at the 24 and a 2nd and 11. Brissett now. This one into the hands of Burton. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Throwing, Brissett. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
As Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away. Oh, he's going to go ahead and field it from the 3-yard line. They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And the Texans are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And, Charles, they trail by a couple of scores, but if they could put a good drive together here, it'd go a long way toward getting them back in this football game.
And if you're looking at a checklist of things that they need to do in the second half, job number 1 was getting a stop, wasn't it? So, big check right there. Now they want to see if their offense can build on that momentum.
And he'll get this one up to about his 14. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
A gain of 2.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
The tackle made by...
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. After the run, Watson going to throw. That's complete. It's Jason Huntley. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan first down.
37-yard line.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a first down.
On first, here's Washington. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Behind the chain, 2nd and 12. Back to throw, Watson. Flush to his right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Darius Leonard in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Now Watson. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. A big pickup, 18 yards, but they still stop him well short of the marker. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he's on to punt for Houston. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. So possession goes over here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
At their own 45-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
throw here to Hilton. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up. The Texans here on third down, putting an extra defender in the secondary. Here's Brissett. And that is incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a fourth down. Well done.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll kick it away for the second time. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Watson. Open man, the tight end fails. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. A shotgun snap for Watson. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. Credit that sack to Jabal Sheard. Boy, he came in off the edge so quickly there.
Look out, because that's exactly what it was being shouted by the offensive lineman to his quarterback, because he had no chance to block him.
And certainly not the greatest of kicks there. This one will be down inside their own 40-yard line.
The 36-yard line.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Brissett. Flushed out right. Catch made here by Campbell. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Good yardage there for the Colts. 18 and a first down.
Bring it up, bring it up.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A first down throw for Brissett. He'll drop this down to Taylor. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It's a gain of 7, and that'll make it a second down.
When we see another pitch and catch there to the running back, this position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
The ball carrier.
4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and goal.
Again, it'll be Taylor. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down. 3rd and goal now, mere inches from pay dirt. Now Brissett. And he's going to find Doyle in the end zone for a Colts score.
Touchdown, Indiana.
Jack Doyle, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Colts use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6.
Makes this
extra point right down the middle. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
24-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
I think they want to start getting back into this game. It behooves them to get better on 1st down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. Last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Right back to Washington. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
A 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
1st and 10.
Another solid game-changing play for this defense with the interception. At this point, though, I don't know that it's game-changing. I mean, they've got this one in firm control.
And you always hear about, those stories about someone left their game plan behind and maybe you benefit from it. I'm not going to say that happened, but they certainly have appeared on defense to be a step ahead this entire game. Guys are always in the right spot in order to make a play.
The offense has had its moments, too. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Four yards there on the keeper, but still going to bring up a 3rd down.
Well, if you're going to run the read option, typically, you've got to keep an eye on the defensive end.
And what does that mean? What are you looking for with a defensive end?
Well, you want to play off of what he does. If he collapses inside towards the running back, then you pull it and take it yourself outside in. If he stays outside, you go ahead and leave it with the running back. In this case, pulled it and got good yardage himself.
The Colts on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. From the shotgun, it's Brissett. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
And it is good. Oh, that one looked to be in trouble the whole way, but it does get over the bar. And that'll extend this lead now up to 25. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one good for 37 yards.
Dance class, anyone? Did you see the steps between the quarterback and the running back on that counter play? You have to have it because you're setting up your blocking. There's a timing element as well, but they have to marry up their steps. Otherwise, that timing gets thrown out the window.
Timing was great there and a big run. Julian Blackman bringing him down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
They'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36.
DeAndre Washington, the ball carrier.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Makes it 3rd and 2.
So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone.
Incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. He finds his target, Fuller. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. So no reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Is a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
In your face. Check, 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 check. Check, check, check.
Now Washington. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere.
Brought down.
No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
No gain on the play.
This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
Here's Watson now on 2nd down. Dancing to his left. He's going to take off with it. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
Well, the defensive guys won't be real happy because there won't be a sack on this play because he did get back to the line of scrimmage. But what a job they did overall. Hemmed him in and gave him nowhere to go with the football.
2 runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line.
A loss of a yard. It's 4th down.
Now let's see how the offense still out there. They elect to go on 4th and 11. Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Colts are going to take over with a football. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here.
Today's final score.
So this one winds up an Indianapolis victory. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the 2nd quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for Indianapolis, they continue to be one of the best teams around as they move to 10-2.
And they will be at home for one next week against the Las Vegas Raiders.
Meanwhile, for Houston, the playoffs look to be out of reach now as they drop to 4-8. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at Soldier Field with the Chicago Bears. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.